All righty, fellas, let's talk some Padres. They improved to 21-12. That was a big win tonight. I thought that was an impressive win to beat Max Fried, get 11 runs off of him, or a night that he pitches. I think that was big in my opinion. Um, to get that many runs off of him, what did they get off of Fried? They got four, I think, off of Fried. And they hit a 3-run homer. I thought when Myers dropped the ball, which that was Myers' fault. I don't want to hear that it was Hosmer or Cronenworth's fault, because you could see Myers kept saying, I got it, I got it. And when you say you got it, you gotta catch that. Grisham came up big. Yep, that was nice to see. Let me see here. Let's go here. That was really nice to see Grisham come up big. That's not only did he get a hit and in a big opportunity, but it went to left field. It went over a left fielder's head. That means he hit it pretty good. Going to left field. No, Myers called everybody off because I think Hosmer at first looked at it. To me, it looked like Hosmer looked at Cronenworth and Cronenworth said, I got it. So Hosmer kind of like stopped. And then I think Myers came in and said, I got it, I got it. I know Myers said, I got it, I got it. He said it like 3 times. If you watch the replay, you can hear or you could see him with his mouth moving like, I got it, I got it. He didn't make the play. He dropped it. I thought when he dropped it, I honestly thought they were going to lose the game. I thought, Jesus Christ, you're up. What were they up at the time? They're up 4-2. It should have been 4-2 after that inning. And you think that they're going to get, that they're going to win the game. And it was just brutal. It's just absolutely brutal. He drops it and they score 4, basically what I feel like should be 4 unearned runs. If he catches that ball, they win this game comfortably. They ended up winning it comfortably, but shit. Medi, they hit better away from Petco. We didn't give up on Kim, right? No, I never gave up on Kim. Here's the whole thing I said on Kim. I don't know why. There's two guys that love to change stories on what people are saying, and there's 2 guys that love to just keep yapping. I don't know. I don't know what their problem is, but whatever. Here's what I said on Kim. When the season ended last year, we were going into this season, I said he had no value because he was going into a season that he hadn't played and basically hadn't hit. And no one knew anything on him. Okay. So what he did last year, he didn't do much, but he didn't get that much of an opportunity. So it was like, well, what is he? I went into this year and I said there was 2 guys we needed to find out on. We needed to find out on Grisham and Kim. I said, we need to find out on both of those guys going into the future. I said, it's going to be huge seasons for both of them. I thought Grisham was going to be good. I thought Grisham was going to be a future center fielder. Future Gold Glover. He wins Gold Glove. He still could win a Gold Glove. I thought, fuck, dude, you're going to have a good center fielder. Well, he has just absolutely sucked. He's been awful. So if you want to chalk it up as an L for me, that's fine. I will say that's an L as of right now. As far as Kim goes, I never said anything like, oh, he sucks or blah, blah, blah. I said he just wasn't worth his money going into this season. He got paid $7 million. This year we're going into the season and they're bringing Abrams and him are going to platoon. I said, what the fuck are you doing? What did I say, guys? I said, don't bring up Abrams, put him in the minor leagues so he could get every day at bats. And I said, put Kim at shortstop and give him every day at bats because both of them needed every day at bats and we needed to find out on Kim. When else were you going to find out on Kim? If you didn't play him right now, when else were you going to find out on Kim? It's ridiculous. You weren't going to find out on him. If Tatis was up, or it was healthy, you weren't going to find out. So it would have been, it could have been a waste of money. And then I know a lot of people are like, well, you could rotate him around. Okay, but you got to find out on guys like him. Otherwise, you don't pay him that kind of money. He's not a prospect. And someone was like, oh, well, you can't tell what he is until he gets 1,500 at bat. Prospect. He's not making prospect type of money. He's making fucking 11 million or 7 million a year. That ain't prospect money, dude. Kim has above average to good defense. I think it's way above average. I think it's really good defense. I think he does have power. I think he does have speed. I think he's versatile in that he could play shortstop, second base, and third base. Yeah, I agree with all that. It's just you gave him a $7 million a year, so you needed to find out on him. We're finding out more and more on him. He looks reliable. He looks pretty decent. That's great. That's good. I'm happy for him. This is what I want. But anyone that thinks that I said, oh, yeah, he sucks, or you said he wasn't worth anything. I said going into this year, you need to find out on him. And I said if he was a free agent, no one was going to sign a guy that you don't know anything on to a 3-year deal for $21 million, which he had left. That's all I said. We can still stay on this topic because, yes, Abram needs to be in the outfield. I don't understand what the organization is doing. What the fuck are they waiting on? Why the fuck don't you put him in the outfield? I argued with a guy on Twitter yesterday. He's like, no, he's a shortstop. That's why they don't put him out there. I said, okay, well, where is he going to play? And he's like, well, he's in the minors, so he's not playing right now, so it doesn't matter. I said, okay, fine. Doesn't matter right now. You bring him up, where is he going to play? And he couldn't, he's like, well, he won't be up until next year. He sucks. He can't hit major league pitching. I'm like, okay, first of all, that's wrong. He's going to come up this year. He'll probably come up around the All-Star break, because he's a damn good fucking player. They just brought him up way, way too fucking early. So where's he going to play when he starts hitting? And he's hitting. He's already got 3 fucking home runs in 2 games over there. I don't know what he did today. I think he was 0 for 1 when I saw with a walk or something today. I don't know what he did. Well, let's say for 2 months he hits. Let's say for 2 months he hits, and you're like, okay, let's bring him back up because, we don't have that many good hitters. And now we feel like he's more seasoned and he's ready to play. Where are you going to play him? You can't play him at shortstop. You got fucking Fernando Tatis there. You're going to take off Kim? Kim's your best defensive player on the fucking team, or one of the best. I would say Grisham's your best defensive player when he's mentally into the game. Where are you going to play him? And the guy's like, oh, put him at second base, put Cronenworth at first base. I said, okay, that's fine, because you want to get Hosmer off of first base. But you got to keep Hosmer at DH, right? And the guy said, yeah. I said, where were you going to put Luke Voigt? Just fucking put Abrams in the goddamn fucking outfield. Like, Jesus. The guy's like, no, he's not an outfielder. Okay, he's not an outfielder. He played a little bit of outfield in high school. He was like on a USA, the Olympic team, whatever it is, and he played some outfield. I mean, put him in the goddamn outfield in the minor leagues. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. And then it's like, well, they might trade him. If you trade that motherfucker, you're the dumbest fucking run organization, dude. You have nobody on the roster right now. I shouldn't say nobody. You don't have that many guys on the roster that are saving you on salaries. What I mean by that is like, okay, Mackenzie Gore, obviously he saves you on his salary, right? He doesn't need time in the outfield. Well, why does he need time at shortstop? I don't understand what he doesn't need time in the outfield. How does he not need time in the outfield? Why does he need time at shortstop? He's already proven he can play shortstop. Put him in the goddamn outfield. Put him in fucking center field. He should have been preparing for the outfield the day you signed Kim. Where else was he going to play to get better at shortstop? To be what? The third string shortstop? You got $7 million for Kim. Okay? You going to take Kim off for shortstop just to put him there? Why would you do that? Why would you take your best infielder, defensive infield? Well, I shouldn't say the best. Machado's a better defensive player than Kim, but I mean, you're going to take one of your. That's his asset. That's the reason why he's on the team. Is his defense? It's not necessarily his hitting, although his hitting's gotten a lot better. But I mean, he's really good defensively at shortstop. Why would you take him off of there? And then Tatis is, Tatis wants to play shortstop, right? Unless Tatis wants to play the outfield and you're going to put Abrams at shortstop and you're going to move Kim to second. I mean, yeah, right, exactly. And this is exactly. You have guys like Matt Betty that were playing the outfield over him. I don't understand. Myers is gone. Myers isn't coming back next year. There's no way he's coming back. Grisham is the biggest question mark on the goddamn team. Put him in center field. See if he can handle center field. Like, what is he going to do in the minor leagues? What, he misses a ball here and there? Who gives a fuck if they lose a game in the minor leagues? Who fucking cares? Why would it matter? Oh, he missed a ball. Like, let's say he missed a ball like Myers missed today. Is everyone going to be like, well, that's why he shouldn't have been in the outfield? Who gives a fuck in the minor leagues if he does that? But if he gets comfortable out there and he's your future outfielder, I mean, fuck, you could have an outfield. If Grisham fucking comes around, you could have an outfield of Grisham, Hassel, and Abrams next year. Yeah, I mean, every fly ball is going to get caught. I mean, you have 3 outfield positions open for next year. 3. You don't have any infield positions open. You don't need any infield. You have an extra infielder. You got Machado's got, what does he have? 5 more years? No, he's got 6 more years after this year. He's got 6 years. Okay. You got Tatis has got like a lifetime contract. Cronenworth, I think, is in a free agent until 2026. And then Hosmer's he's gonna opt in. He's gonna opt in. So what, where are you gonna play him? I don't get it. Oh, you could get fucking Cronenworth at first base and he could play second. Fine. That's fine. But then Luke Voit ain't playing. You're telling me you don't want Luke Voit playing? I mean, you got to find out on Luke Voit, don't you? I mean, I think Voit makes like $5 million, if I'm not mistaken. And he's got Luke Voit is not only here for 1 year. Oh, he's been struggling big time. To me, it was a really big at bat for him, really big, because he hit the ball to left field. If he just got a C&I single, I'd be like, oh, what's the big deal? I mean, obviously came through even if he got a C&I single, but I mean, he drove it to left field. He hit it pretty good. He got the barrel on the bat. I agree with this too. I think Abrams gets to that ball too. Myers has been pretty solid on defense. I don't think he's like a liability, but he's nothing like, Profar fucking, I mean, my God, Profar has been great defensively this year. I mean, I'm like in shock of how good defensively he's been. Like in shock. Yeah, exactly. And he took the ball to opposite field. Yeah. That's when guys are going good. Like Hosmer Wednesday. He got 2 hits to left center. He dropped a single into left center, and then he hit a home run over left center. Now I missed Hosmer's second hit today. What was Hosmer's second hit today? I saw the first one, and then I saw the last one he smoked. It's funny. A guy 3 days ago was making fun of Hosmer about he's hitting 240 in May, and we know this is going to happen. He's only an April player. Well, now he is, let's see, he was 12 for 37. He went 3 for 5. He is now 15 for 42 in May. I don't know what that is. I could look it up. Let me see. What is 15 divided by 42? He's in 358, 357 in May now. And one of those Padre Twitter guys was so concerned, oh my God, he fucking only hits in April. We see this every year. Well, he's in 358 in May. So and once again, people, yes, this is 100% true. Once again, it's not just like his batting average for Hosmer, okay? Like he's got a great batting average right now. We all know that. Okay. He's not going to keep this up. We all know that too. I appreciate this. We all know he's not going to keep this up. What is he hitting? He's hitting like 380 now, or close to 380. He's not going to do that. Can he hit 320? I don't know. I mean, at first I was like, oh, he's probably going to hit 290. Maybe he's going to hit 320. I don't know. He's probably not going to hit 320. Let's say he hits 290. I mean, I think I'm being very reasonable saying he hits 290, he hits 18 home runs, and he hits close to 100 RBIs. And he's got an on-base percentage over 350. Oh, yeah, I'm sure this is correct. And Davey's pretty accurate on all the things that he comes out and says. So I guarantee, yeah, because actually he had a lot of walks against Pittsburgh. Did we play Pittsburgh in May? I don't know if we played Pittsburgh in May. But let's say, you know, he hits 290, hits 18 and 100, and he's got an on base over 350, 360. With how he hits with runners in scoring position, that is damn fucking good. Damn fucking good. Does he opt out with those numbers? No. If he hits 315, he hits 25, and he hits 100, he might opt out. But I'll tell you this. What do you guys think of this? Because his AAV stays the same for the next 3 years, if he opts in, his AAV doesn't go down to 13 million. Okay. It'll stay. One game in May against the Pirates. He had a lot of walks in that series. I don't know if that was, So this is a good question. Will he opt out? Let's say his AAV is going to stay the same at 18 million because he's technically not getting paid 20 million this year. I mean, he is, but what really matters for the luxury tax is the AAV. And next year it's going to stay at 18. What if they tell him, hey, we'll renegotiate your contract and give you opt out and we'll give you a 3-year deal for 42 million, or for 40 million instead of the 3-year 39, give him an extra million and his AAV goes down to close to 13 and a half, whatever it is. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And to me, that'd be really smart. It'd be like, hey, we want you here. We want you to stay. Or he decides. I'll tell you what, though. Tell me how many more hitters are going to get more of an advantage than he does with the shift gone. Because they're banning the shift next year, right? That'd be amazing. Yeah, I mean, I thought of that the other day. I was like, okay, well, let's get his AAV back. Oh, okay. See, I don't know much on the luxury tax. Okay, so if we AAV won't matter to us because the luxury tax will reset next year as long as we stay under it this year. Okay. There's a pretty good chance that we go over it this year. Is there not? This is what the problem is with Padre Twitter. Runners in scoring positions, RBIs don't matter according to Twitter. Correct. This is the problem with people. I had a guy argue with me and my cousin, Bo Templin. We were saying that Hosmer's better than what Padre Twitter says. Now he's been bad. I don't want people to think I don't want people to think that like, oh, he's way better than what, he's worth the contract. The guy kept coming back to the contract. I go, I know he's not worth the contract. He never has been. I get it. But Padre Twitter makes it like as if he's one of the worst players in baseball. And the guy goes, well, he's ranked like 27th on first baseman or something like bottom 4 first baseman since he signed the contract. I said, according to who? And he couldn't say it. He couldn't tell me who because I know he was going to say Fangraph. Well, what the fuck, dude? Fangraph, exactly what Tom's saying. Fangraph don't give a fuck about clutch hitting. Fangraph don't give a fuck about hitting with runners in scoring position, driving in runs. They grade every single the same, every double the same, every triple the same, every home run the same. How the fuck are you going to tell me when there's 2 outs, runners in scoring position, and you drive in runs is the same as it's 16-3 and you hit a solo home run. Like it's just not the same, dude. Like we all know, we all watch, we all know which guys we want, We all know which guys are clutch and which guys aren't. We all know Hosmer's really clutch and fucking Myers isn't. Okay, chances we resign these guys: Clevenger, Musgrove, Rogers, Manaea. I'm almost positive. Well, I shouldn't say almost positive, but I think there's a really good chance of signing Musgrove. And I heard over the weekend a little rumbling on Musgrove from someone that apparently knows him pretty well. I didn't know. I've known this person for a while, but I guess they live by Musgrove and they've been hanging out with them. And apparently, I think he's given them about a month. I think they said to the All-Star break, whenever the All-Star break, around the All-Star break, they said a month or two from now, he'll negotiate or try to sign in the season. But he said once that a month or two from now, he's going to be like, shut it down. I just want to pitch the rest of the season. I don't want to worry about it. So I think they're negotiating with Musgrove. I think they'll sign him. As far as Clevenger goes, that's going to depend on what he does. And then for Manaea, it's going to depend on if they can flip either Darvish or Snell. If they flip Darvish or Snell, I think they could sign Manaea and even Clevenger. As far as Rogers goes, I don't know. How old is Rogers? Who's a pussy? Who's a pussy? I maybe because I think Conforto after the draft, was it there something like, oh, it doesn't take away the pick. Yeah. So you don't have to give away the pick. I don't know if we need another reliever because Morejon probably is coming back eventually. I think Jose Castillo and then Baez and then maybe Pomerantz. I know Pierce Johnson. Okay. So on Pierce Johnson, I gave some info last week. I was saying, oh, it sounds like he's going to be back really soon. Apparently, what happened with Pierce Johnson is he wanted to pitch. He wanted to come back. And the Padres told him, no, we don't feel like you're fully ready. And we want you fully ready down for the second half of the season. So they mutually agreed to, put him on the 60. But he's not out for the year. I'm almost positive on that. From what I heard, I'm almost positive on that. But I looked dumb last time saying that he was probably coming back. Suarez, I don't know. I kind of like him, but the one, yeah, he's a clown. He's just one of those clowns. What are you gonna do? Conforto's out for the year? Is he really? I don't know. I don't know if he's out for the year. Let me get I'll be back in fucking 2 seconds. I gotta get some water. All right, back. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. I didn't really want him anyways. I mean, he's always hurt, Conforto. I thought he was coming back this year, though. But I didn't really pay attention too much to it because I want him, to be honest with you. I think he's going to sign one of those contracts and he's probably going to get hurt. Even if he signs like a 3-year, $30 million contract. Like I just feel like he's going to get hurt, So tomorrow, do you think Cano's in the lineup? No. I don't think you take Voit out. Voit's hitting right now. And then you don't want to take – unless Kim needs like a breather. If Kim needs a breather and you put Cronenworth at shortstop and you put Cano at second base. I can see that, but I don't think Cano's going to play that much. Like I know a lot of people were like, "Why we get him this and that?" I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think he's going to play that much. I think he'll help out maybe in the clubhouse if they feel like, he's going to get along with Tatis, Machado, and those type of players. You know, so I can see that happening, but you know, yeah, I mean it's really sad. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks for Lament. Lament made a mistake. Like it's pretty obvious. Like the team told him to get the surgery. At least it sounds like they did, and he decided not to. I mean, I assume the team told him to. I mean, Clevenger. They basically had the same thing, right? Clevenger got the surgery. Clevenger's back. He looks pretty healthy to me. Stuff's getting better. It looked better the second game. He got a little while. The first year you come back, the biggest concern is your control. It's the velocity and the control. Well, the velocity of the first game seemed like was a tick or two down, and then it seemed like it got up last game. I would assume Clevenger probably pitches pretty good this next game. But we got a tough schedule coming up. I'm really glad we won tonight. Tonight was they looked good tonight. I mean, the Myers drop I thought was going to cost them. I mean, if Myers catches that ball, they win fucking, they give up 2 runs, probably. Probably give up 2 fucking runs. I mean, Darvish is going to, he would have finished the 6th inning. He would have gone to, I don't know. Are they switching Wilson and Garcia? Is now Wilson going to be the 8th inning and Garcia's the 7th? Do I think Rogers signs because his twin brothers in the division? I don't know. I mean, I would assume a guy like Rogers is going to want to sign back here if he has a really good year, but he's looked a little shaky the last couple of times. I know he didn't give up anything today, but his control hasn't looked the same. What's the pitching matchup tomorrow then? We got Manaea. Manaea's either on or off, dude. I thought he'd be better. No, it's going to be a different lineup tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I mean, how many more guys? Well, what's going to change? I don't think Cano's going to play tomorrow. Maybe he does. I don't know. I mean, maybe they say Kim takes a day off, but what did Kim go today? 3 for 4? I don't think you want to take Kim out right now. You're not going to take Cronenworth. Who do we face tomorrow? Is it right? It's Manaea versus who? Oh, is it Morton tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Grisham will be back in center field. Yeah. No, for sure. That's for sure. Morton's tomorrow? Okay. And then we got Manaea. I like our chances. I mean, Morton hasn't been good this year. And then they got Wright. Wright's been good. Yeah, we hit them pretty well. And then Musgrove and Wright. I mean, fuck, we got our best pitcher. I mean, we got, like as far as like the way things are going, like this year, I think it's sustainable for Machado. Not the what is he hitting, like 370? Not that, but I can see Machado hitting 310, 320, hitting 35 home runs and being whatever his numbers end up. I can see Machado being the top 5 MVP. Okay. I can see Hosmer having a really good year. I mean, we're almost at May 15th. We're 2 weeks away from June, and his numbers, there's no way his numbers in 2 weeks are going to be less than 300. So once you get to June, I mean, let's just say this. I think Hosmer's going to have a really good year. All we need, and I said this, I don't know if I DM someone or put it on Twitter. I don't remember. All we need is 2 other guys to be either average or 1 to be above average and 1 to be average in the following guys: Cronenworth, Luke Voit, Will Myers, and Grisham. We just need like two of those guys to be average and one to be like a slightly above average. That's it. Because once you get Tatis back, and if Hosmer's going to have, an all-star season or borderline all-star season, and Machado's going to have an MVP type season, which I think he's going to. Like, is he going to be the MVP? I don't know. I think he might be close. I'm not expecting him to be the MVP, but I think he could be close. Then you bring back Tatis, and I'm not expecting Tatis to be like MVP Tatis, but he'll be an all-star type player. He's not going to drop off from MVP to below all-star, but he could be an all-star type player for the year. And if Cronenworth just comes back to, close to what he was, and then if Myers and Voit just chip in, all you got to do is chip in, basically, is what I'm saying. If it's almost like in basketball. Like right now they have Shaq and Kobe in fucking Hosmer and Machado. They need fucking, Derek Fisher and Robert Horry to make some shots. Rick Fox to make some shots. That's all they need. You're getting wide open looks. Make a few shots. That's it. Yeah. I said this, you talking about probably before the year started. I said, look, dude, without Tatis, Machado's going to have to fucking carry him. I was really worried in the beginning of the year, going in this, and look, they're 21-12. But if you look at they won by, how much they win by today? 5? Their run differential is only 13, I think now. That's still not good to have. You have 9 more wins and only being plus 13. That's not good. That's not good. But I mean, run differential, you could have one more big game and all of a sudden it's at 30, or 25. So, but still, tonight showed me a lot. It's only one game, but it showed me a lot because Voigt's starting to get some fucking, 2 home runs last game. And then what did he get today? He got 2 hits today, right? A double and a single. And I think he walked too. If I'm not mistaken. What were Voigt's numbers today? I'll just go to it. You got to get some of these guys to chip in. That's it. That's all they have to do. I hope they lose to the Dodgers, but I'm not really concerned on them. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm conceding it too early, but I just don't feel like we have a chance really to win the division. My concern is the Giants. If you beat the Giants, if you stay ahead of the Giants, 2 for 5 with the double. If you stay ahead of the Giants, you're going to make the playoffs. And then if you don't stay ahead of the Giants, then you got to beat the Cardinals. If you don't stay ahead of the Cardinals, you're going to have to beat the Braves or the Phillies, whoever, there. That's how you're going to get in the playoffs. So let's see some of these numbers now. Cronenworth's got a slugging of 325, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Like that's got to get up. That's got to be 4. It's got to be 400 at worst, 420. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Who was saying that? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Machado's got a OPS of 1,056. Jesus. Hosmer now has an OPS of 994. When OPS league average is under fucking 200. Or not 200, is under 700. What is it? 690 is like, Yeah, this is true. This is actually true. I never really thought of it. I know, dude. I don't know why those things pop up. Send dick pics to girls with, whatever. I don't think St. Louis is that good either. But they play in a much easier division than we do, Tom. That they get a lot more easy wins. Like our whole division's pretty good. Like it's never easy playing Colorado in Colorado. It's never easy playing Arizona in Arizona. And now those teams look halfway respectable. I mean, that's tough. And then you got the best team in baseball, or one of the best, in the Dodgers. And then the Giants are always pesky and fucking good. You look at the NL Central, there's Milwaukee. The Pirates suck. The Reds suck. The Cubs suck. I was thinking of this too, because he's a free agent. I just think the Cubs will probably ask for too much. I don't know. But I was thinking of that too. What's his contract? Because if it's like, actually, it's probably not a big contract. I wonder if we put someone in it and then gave him a better prospect back. I don't think the Cardinals are that good. I mean, I'm not going to really, but I just feel like they have an easy division, guys. That's all. That's my biggest concern on them. Fucking Darvish, dude. Well, I guess I would say about what 3 of those runs are kind of bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, I know. He's just a rental. I understand that it won't be that much, but the way the Cubs operate and the way that what they're looking for, I mean, what do you think it would cost? Obviously it's not going to cost, fucking Robert Hassel or anything stupid like that. 16.5 million. So if you got him at the All-Star break, about 8.5 million or 6.5 million. Is that 16.5 or 6? Campusano? I don't think I'd do that for a rental. I would do like 6.5. Okay. Then that means about 3 million, 4 million. You get him at the All-Star break. Seems like it would probably be doable, you know. Oh, I'd give him Mears in a second for him. Yeah. I'd give him, that's actually a pretty good, um, I'd give him Mears and like a throw in like pitcher or something that they might say, oh, this guy could develop or something. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I would be at. I don't think I want to give up Campusano for him just for a rental. Like Myers' batting average right now isn't that bad. It's at 235 after he got 3 hits today, but he's got an OPS or an on base percentage of fucking 260. I mean, that's just, and his slugging is 324. It's a fucking joke. Look at Luke Voigt up to 204. He's got an on base of 353, slugging 352. Nola, 209, 279, and 275. I mean, jeez, Nola sucks, dude. What outfielder do I think they go for at the deadline? I don't know. I got their feeling that they got their eyes on Reynolds. Oh, the Phillies just take the lead? Andrew Benintendi. What expectations do you have for Snell? Snell's always a wild card, man. I think I don't think he'll be as bad as he was the first half of last year. I think there was something mentally wrong with him. He looked mentally, I don't know anything, but he looked mentally fucked up. So what to expect from him? I don't know. Who do we play next? Phillies? In Philadelphia? I believe he got bombed last time he was in Philadelphia last year. Yeah, this is a guy I would. Sorry. Yes, I'm in my garage and I had to open up the garage door because it's fucking hot. So I get to listen to this damn motorcycle. I think it was Tatis. It was Tatis, man. Tatis is my neighbor. Um, what was someone saying? JD Martinez. See, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they can afford guys like this. Like, if it puts them over the luxury tax, you know. I mean, are they going to go over the luxury tax? I mean, the only way like they're going to compete is if they go over the luxury tax, in my opinion. But I personally wouldn't go over the luxury tax. I hope they don't. I really, really hope they don't go over the luxury tax. I want to come into I want to go in. I want to come into next year and feel like we got almost like a clean slate. Like, okay, we could go over luxury tax if everything, goes better this year. Yeah, I said I could see something like that. I mean, to me that makes a lot of sense. Like, I think he could help you out, a little bit. And what's his contract, Davey? I guarantee he's not making that much. Boston would take Myers' contract. It's cheaper than Martinez. Yeah, that's what I would do. Something. I mean, let's see how things play out. I mean, I'm not making any trades until we get close to the trade deadline, for a lot of different reasons. A lot of different reasons. I don't want to. You don't want to go over the luxury tax right now, um, and you don't want to give up. I think the best way to make these trades is trade one of your starting pitchers, either Darvish or Snell. And I know a lot of people think, oh, that's the stupidest thing, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's stupid to trade one of them, but I wouldn't trade them right now because it's a long season. But if you get up to August, isn't the trade deadline in August now or close to August? If you get up to that point and you feel like, fuck, we only have 2 more months of the season, can we flip one and get an outfielder, get a bat? I think and it can help you salary wise and get you off of next year's July 31st. It can get you off of next year of paying one of those guys, and then you can sign Manaea, or maybe you can sign Musgrove. At least. You're going to sign Musgrove. Yes. The Rogers trade looks much better with the Paddock injury. Yes. When that trade went through, I said it was a dumb trade. The reason why I said it was a dumb trade is you're trading a controllable pitcher. And then everyone said, well, Paddock's hurt. So then I came back and I said, okay, well, if Paddock's hurt, then that's fine. But you don't give up a controllable pitcher for a rental closer like that. Because then financially, it just fucks you for the following seasons. And you don't have a controllable pitcher and you're paying all these guys, and then you're going to have to pay Musgrove. Like, it's just hard to have a good roster if you're paying all your pitchers over, almost over 15 million. I mean, Darvish is making 20. Snell makes, I don't know, close to 15 or, Musgrove's going to make what? 20 to 25 maybe a year. Manaea is going to make what? 15 to 18 a year minimum, stuff like that. So I was saying in that sense. But then when Padre Twitter told me that he was injured, I said, oh, okay. Well, if he's injured, then I understand the trade. But what do you guys think of this? What if that trade would have went through with the Mets, where they traded Paddock and Hosmer? How fucked would the Padres be right now? You would have gotten what, 25 million of Hosmer's 59 million left on his deal. You would have gotten that off of the books, but you would have gave up Paddock and fucking Hosmer to get Dominic Smith. They would be fucked right now if that trade would have went through. They would be absolutely fucked. And if another trade would have went through, they'd be even more fucked. Was the Hassel and Hosmer trade that was going to save them like 15 million, and they would have gotten Joey Gallo, and Gallo would be here just for, the rest of this season. He'd be walking. You would tell me that they would lose their second best player right now. I mean, Hosmer's been their second best player. I don't think there's any question about that. Well, you could say Musgrove. But you would have lost Hosmer, and then you would go into next year and not have Hassel. I mean, fuck, dude. Either one of those trades goes through, this team is fucking in so much trouble. Maybe you wouldn't be in so much trouble come next year because you would say, well, you wouldn't save that much money on Hosmer in the Paddock one. But, I mean, just for how he's played, for how Hosmer's played this year, I mean, you would have been fucked, dude. Oh, they love both of them. They absolutely loved both of them. I remember coming on here with when it didn't go through. I think that was the day I brought John Conniff on. I was like, dude, I'm so glad. Oh, Jesus, is that what his? I didn't even know what his numbers were. Oh, Jesus. So he would fit in perfectly with our team. You imagine that, Tom? So what do you think our record would be if we have this guy batting basically where Hosmer's at? We would have the whole team until like basically the last two under 200, except for fucking Machado. We don't know what we would have traded to get him. What were we going to trade? Oh, I think it wasn't it Paddock? Potter Twitter. God damn, we'd be fucked if either one of those trades goes through. God damn. Yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing on Hosmer is like I wasn't a Chase Headley guy. I said he sucked, right? And Padre Twitter told me how good he was. Like, oh, his WAR's this. And that's when WAR was first out. I didn't even know what WAR was. And I was like, well, I don't care what WAR says. The guy sucks. He can't hit with runners in scoring position. He plays good defense, and he has no power. He hits 260, hits 12 home runs, and he drives in 60 RBIs. And I was like, he's not that good. And Padre Twitter for years told me how good he was. And I was like, all right. Well, when he was up, I never rooted for him to fail so I can look better. It seems like a lot of those guys just root for Hosmer to fail so they look better. It's just stupid. And they just, another article coming out by Fangraphs says Hosmer is just getting lucky. And I keep seeing he's getting lucky. He's getting lucky. I'm sure he is because I saw his ground ball rate is even higher than it's been in other years. But fuck, dude. Just admit he's fucking balling up to this point. Just admit he's fucking carrying the team, him and Machado, to this point. If he starts failing off, then go, okay. Oh, Headley definitely took PEDs. I mean, you don't need the FBI's to find out Headley took PEDs. Almost every year, his numbers were 260, 12, and 60. Okay? Yasmani Grandal, he was hitting. Yasmani Grandal comes up at the end of like June. So that's like 3 months into the season, right? That's April, May, and June. Yasmani Grandal comes up the end of June, and Headley's numbers were he had 8 home runs and he had and was hitting like 260. So he was on pace to hit close to 16 home runs. Actually, I think it was even later. It was like maybe in the middle of July he came in. He was basically on pace to have the same numbers that he's ever had. Then all of a sudden, Yasmani Grandal comes up, and the guy has one of the greatest second halves ever. Headley hits 23 home runs, ends up with 115 RBIs on the season, and then everyone tells me how great he is. I'm like, and I was stunned that year. I was like, holy shit. Well, the following offseason, or that offseason, circling around, Grandal gets popped for PEDs. And I go, I think to myself, well, let me go check when Grandal came up. Let me go check what Headley's numbers were. Then I look it up and I go, oh my God. I go, come on. It wasn't that hard to figure out. These are my two theories that I will stick to the day I died. I think that's a good question. I mean, Eric Parker on one of the passes, just go back and watch the film. One of the passes, he goes like this. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the punt, like he fumbled the punt like 3 times. He ended up recovering it, but he was like, he muffed it like 3 times. It was like, oh, anyone's not going to get close to it? I'm like, what the fuck? God, I've never lost more sleep from one game than that game. You want to get on? You should have told me earlier. I'm about to get off. Why didn't you tell me earlier, bro? Yeah. Never played another game. Never played another game. No one investigated him. No one looked it up. No one said, hey, maybe he threw that game. I remember he was like on the PUP the following season. And he was on the PUP the following season for like, they were like, he's on the PUP. I'm like, from what? Where did he get hurt in the offseason? They were like, oh, he's going to miss the first 6 games of the season. It was like, from what? They're like, oh, his hamstring. It was like, and then all of a sudden he didn't play the whole season. No one investigated anything. It was just like, oh, he never played. And the rumor was AJ Smith found out that he fucking threw the game, was like, get the fuck out of here. That was a rumor I heard. Do they really? I haven't really looked at the schedules. I mean, I study the schedules over the summer, and I'll look at them because the schedules help you out a lot on the gambling. Because you could find where like games are going to be tough for people, like where they travel. Like, did they travel like 2 times in a row and then get gassed, like 2 East Coast things and then be gassed? And, I didn't see Cano on the bench. He looked happy. Good. Raiders are at SoFi week 1. Oh, wow. Bills are going to be really good this year. Like, really good. They probably have the best quarterback. They probably have the best player in the league. I mean, Josh Allen's as good as it gets. I think Mahomes, I don't know. We're going to find out a lot more on Mahomes this year. So he ain't got Tyreek opening it up, going deep anymore. Tyreek opens up that offense, I think, more than people realize. And then I think Kelsey is getting a little old there. Lions play Philadelphia week 1. They got their ass kicked against Philadelphia. But that's the one team that you want to play week 1 is Philadelphia, because you got a whole offseason to prepare for fucking a gimmick running system, So I like their chances. I think Detroit's going to be halfway decent this year. Last year I bet the under on Detroit. I'm probably betting the over on them this year. It's at 6 right now. The only problem is I got a feeling it's going to get up to 7 because they're going to be on Hard Knocks, and I don't like putting any money on any over earlier, without the preseason because if I get injuries on an over, then I'm fucked. If I get injuries on an under, more gravy. So I don't like to, but I'm almost positive I'm going to bet the over Detroit because Detroit's schedule is really easy too. Because I think the worst division in the NFC, well, maybe it's not the worst, but it's up there. I don't think it's that good. Is the NFC East? They play the NFC East. And I think the worst division in the AFC is the AFC East. They play the AFC East, and then the two last place teams or three last place teams that they play is Jacksonville, Seattle, and Carolina. I like Detroit's offensive line. I like their weapons. I think Chark, he'll get hurt in the second. He'll play at the beginning of the season, then get hurt. But by the time he gets hurt, Jameson Williams probably will be ready. Josh Reynolds played pretty good in the second half of last year. Amon St. Brown is the reason why I'm really high on Detroit this year because I didn't expect him to do what he did. And then Hawkinson and O-line's really good. You got two good running backs. Goff played good in the second half of last year. I'm not a Goff fan. I think he sucks, but he looked good in the second half last year. So many people doubted this guy. So many people. I mean, they called him a bust before he even took one snap in the NFL. And, you could easily argue he's the best player in the league. Easily. I don't know if he is, but, he's definitely a top 5, If I had to pick a Super Bowl team right now, I'd pick the Bills. The NFC, to me, is I have no idea on the NFC. The clown that said this is one of those, he's a Detroit media guy, Lions media, and he's one of those supposedly draft guys, draft experts. The guy's a clown. He says the dumbest things and he thinks he's the smartest guy. He's a fucking clown. He said that the Lions, if they take Hutchinson, they're done taking defensive linemen for the draft. Their next pick, they took another defensive lineman. The guy's an idiot. Trey Lance, I think he's probably a year away from being a year away. I don't think he's going to be that good this year. They got a lot of talent. You got the best offensive mind in football in Kyle Shanahan. I think he calls the best plays. I think he'll help him out a lot, but I don't know. He's a huge question mark. They gave up way too much to get him. I don't know what they did, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Lions fan and a Stafford fan, but why didn't they give up? Last year, they had the 12th pick in the draft. And they traded the 12th pick and 2 other first-round picks to get the 3rd pick. Why didn't they just give the Lions Jimmy Garoppolo, the 12th pick, and a following first-rounder? You would have saved another first-rounder. You would have gotten Garoppolo's money off of you. You would have had to pay Stafford, but the money would have been not that much of a difference. And you would have had a sure quarterback instead of a maybe quarterback. Their team was ready to win now. You had Debo. You had the tight end. I'm drawing a blank for the kid from Iowa. He's one of the best tight ends in the league. Kittle. You got a good defense. You got the kid from what's the other receiver's name? The first rounder. He's good. They were ready to win. You went to the NFC Championship with Garoppolo. You would have won the Super Bowl. If you would have made that trade, you would have gave up the 12th pick, gave him Jimmy Garoppolo, and gave him the following first rounder. Yes, thank you. Arizona State. They would have won the Super Bowl. Would they not have? You're telling me if Stafford's on the 49ers, they don't win the Super Bowl? I think they do. Seattle's playing for next year, which is fine. They did the right thing. They did the right thing, Seattle. I know fans get upset and they're like, oh God, how do we trade Russell Wilson? You weren't winning with Russell Wilson. You were going to go through a stage of him being a good enough quarterback to get you minimum 6 wins every year if he stayed healthy, and you're going to go 7-10 most likely, and then you're going to be picking around 12 to 17 every year, and you're not going to get your franchise quarterback, or franchise player. By trading him, what do they get? 3 first-rounders for him? So the next couple of years, you're going to have fucking multiple first-rounders. Like, fans get like too much like, oh, we can't trade our, like, when I was a Charger fan, I said it for years. I'm like, you got to get rid of Rivers. It's the same fucking thing. They got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a first, and 1/3, and 2 players. Yeah, I mean, but next year, the Seahawks pick is going to be top 10, top 5, right? And then you're going to have Denver's pick, which is probably like a borderline playoff team from anywhere from 15 to 22. Okay. So let's say it's the 17th pick, and let's say Seattle has the 4th pick. Well, you could either get a quarterback at 4, or if you want the number 1 pick, you could say, I'll give you 4 and 17 and you're at 1. I mean, fuck, like, let's say Jacksonville has the 1st pick again next year. They're not taking a quarterback. Let's say Seattle's like, we're at 4 and there's 1 quarterback that's above everybody else and we want him. Well, now you can get him. And then you'll have another fucking first rounder the following year, right? Or no? No, that's not right. I still think the Chiefs win the division. I still think the Chiefs win the division, but as of right now, I think it's Tyler Van Dyke, but a lot of people think I'm maybe biased because I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan, but this may sound arrogant, but I feel like I'm pretty good at evaluating the quarterbacks. But a lot can change, so don't hold me to it. I like Stroud. Stroud's receivers, I mean, okay, Tyler Van Dyke isn't throwing to anyone that's going to the NFL, okay? His best receiver last year, he left early this year in Charleston Rambo. He didn't get drafted. Stroud's throwing to fucking, you just saw it, 2 first-rounders. Next year, they're going to have the number 1 receiver. I can't pronounce his name, but it's Smith he's got like 3 names. I don't know if he's got like 2 moms or 2 dads or whatever. I don't know. But it's Smith, and then you got Marvin Harrison, and then they had the number 1 fucking recruit last year at receiver. He'll be a sophomore. And, so he's got loaded team. And then Trayvon Henderson's he's not better than Texas's running back, but he's probably the 2nd best running back. Tanner McGee. I don't know. I mean, the mocks, yeah. I mean, we had Sam Howell was going number 1 last year, or what's the kid from now that's at South Carolina? He was at what school was he at? I'm drawing a blank. He was at Oklahoma. What's his name? He was at Oklahoma. Yes, Smith. This guy. I can't pronounce the name. I don't want to butcher it and then say something and then someone's like, oh, he's a racist. Smith this. Yes, Spencer Rattler. Thank you. Oh, it's going to be Ohio State. I'll probably predict Ohio State to win the national championship next year. I mean, I haven't done any, I love reading college football magazines in the summer. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I got 2 vacations. I'm going to Hawaii and I'm going to Cancun. So I'm going to have a lot of reading on the flights and a lot of reading on the sand by the pool. I'm going to be fucking reading those things nonstop. Probably hear my kids say, come out and do this. And my wife say, do this. And I'm going to be like, no, I got my fucking cocktail, or I got my beer. I got my feet in the sand, and I'm going through the SEC. I'm going through the ACC. I'm going through the Big 10, Big 12, what have you. You're going to Cancun too? Sweet. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. I think I go Cancun in July and I go to Hawaii in June. I think football. I think basketball. Basketball is going to be really good. Yes, I get Athlon. I get Athlon. Athlon. I've been getting Athlon since I was like fucking. Honestly, I've been reading these type of magazines. I used to get Street and Smith, Sporting News, but Athlon. I don't know, about 10 years ago, where I was just like, Athlon's just way better. I used to get all three, but I usually now I just get the Athlon one. Sometimes I look at the Sporting News. One's pretty good. Street and Smith sucks. What was that one guy's name that I used to like? He kind of went away. He was like the big college football guy. What was his name? Steele? His name? I forget what his name was. I used to get his, but his was so like confusing how to read it. I just was like, Athlon's really easy how to read. I like, they put the starting lineup in there, the backups in there. You could look at the recruiting classes. I think I go. Oh, but you're going different. I'm going kick. Yeah, I go Cancun July. I think it is second week of July. I'll have to check. Actually, I could check right now. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, I go 7/25. So that's July 25th. I go to the end of July. What we got on time? 9:47. I could go for a little bit longer. But yeah, I'm looking forward to football season for sure. So I should be ready. I'll do gambling, streams and what have you. You like UFC? I'm not a UFC guy. I'm not a UFC guy, but yeah. What time's the game tomorrow? Is it like a 1 o'clock game? I think it's a 1 o'clock game, right? Is it on FS1? Yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing him on. Hopefully he comes on. He said he would. Definitely said he would, but he does a lot more things, and I don't want to force it on him. But he's got a lot of he likes me because he didn't even have that many followers, and I was like pumping him up. I was like, dude, you know what you're talking about, and this and that. And I DM'd him. He said he was in for sure. I know he'll talk gambling. He'll fuck, and he's fucking as good as anyone. Like he's as good as anyone that I know for whatever sport they talk about. I'm trying to get one of my buddies to help me out on this one because I DM'd Lynn once and he never responded. What's Muncie's numbers? Isn't he having a terrible season? Maybe you guys can help me on this one. Maybe I'll tweet it to Lynn like, hey, would you ever come on? And then you guys could help me like if he got enough people. Do I have anything on the NBA? No, I haven't. I haven't watched an NBA game in 4 years. He's batting 120. Oh my god, that's fucking bullshit, Peacock. Apparently, I have it. My kids, we have so much shit over here. We got everything. Yeah, I just downloaded the fucking thing and watched it. My wife says we have Apple TV too. I don't fucking know. I don't know how to do all that shit. My kids watch all that crap. All right, remember to smash the like button, fellas. Smash the like. Maybe retweet this out. Muncie, he's the most. I want to punch that guy in the face more than anything. That fucking every time he hits the ball, hits a home run, he does a little trot like. God, I can't stand that guy. I fucking can't stand him. Tony Gwynn's really good. I really like him. I'm not a Jesse Agler fan. I don't know. He comes off as very arrogant to me. I know a lot of people like him. I mean, I don't know the guy, so I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna say he's like a dick or anything, but I just don't like him. I don't know. I don't know. There's something he just bugs me. But Tony Gwynn Jr. is really good, like really good. I like him a lot. I wish they would make him, like when Sweeney comes in there, get fucking Sweeney out of there, dude. Oh man. All right, fellas. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys. Looks like we're starting to get, a little bit. You met him. He's a nice guy. I'm sure he is. Um, Seems like we're starting to get a little bit better on the audience. Last two times on here, we've gotten basically 15 to 20 people at all times. So reach out to people. If you know anyone, say, hey, Medi's streams are pretty good. If you like them, I assume you guys do. Oh, I wish they did too. It was so much easier on Periscope. So much easier for me. Because it would go out, I could put it out on Twitter. I put this out on Twitter, no one sees it. Like when Periscope puts it out, it like shows my face and it shows me talking at the same time. I don't know. I would get a lot more audience. And then I think if you went off and you came back on, I think it counted as 2 views. I'm pretty sure it counted that way. You come off, you go on once here and then come back off and come back on. It only counts as 1, but and then someone DM'd me. I'm not gonna say who. Well, it wasn't one of you guys, but actually it wasn't a DM. It was my good friend, my friend's brother. He told me, he's like, because I was like, oh, he's like, do you still do the Periscope thing? I was like, no, Periscope's gone. I was like, I do YouTube, but I was like, I'm not getting the views I used to get. And he was like, well, why do you say that? And I was telling him like what numbers I get, and he was like, and then I was telling him like what other Padre, people that do this stuff that talk about the Padres. I was like, their numbers are amazing. He was like, oh, he's like, they probably bought views. I guess you could buy views or buy subscribers. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I ain't gonna fucking buy anything. So I don't know if they do that. I don't know. Because I see some people getting like 3,000 views. I'm like, holy shit. I ain't gonna get 3,000 views. Although I was getting 1,500 to 2,000 every time on Periscope, at least like the last like couple months, but that was Periscope. I don't know. Whatever. I like doing it though. As long as you got like 10 people to talk, then it's fucking cool. Did I like Ted Leitner? Yeah, I liked him. I liked him. I liked him. He got old at the end, it was, but that happens to everybody. But he was good. Like I always thought like he was good. A little homer, but whatever. Orsilla's fucking just unbelievable. I mean, he's just really good. He's funny. He's entertaining. He knows when to put his voice up high. He knows when to, like the girl today that was doing the Braves game. She wasn't terrible. She was decent, but she was just boring. Like, she just wasn't good enough. It just wasn't exciting like the way and Brian Jordan wasn't like he was, it's just I don't know. I thought we were gonna get like Chip Carey. I thought Hacksaw was pretty good, at the beginning of Hacksaw. Like the year they went to the Super Bowl. I mean, I liked it. I mean, you know, Jefferson in motion, Papuno in motion, Harmon in motion, everybody into the pattern, caught by a Charger streaking down the sideline. He's going to score. Brian Reynolds' OPS is 600. They should have traded him when they should have traded him. Now they're fucked. Brian Jordan sounds like he's drunk. He just was boring. Like I don't know. I think we're just like I get used to fucking Orsillo and Grant, and it's just like everyone else is just like, oh man. Like when Agler came on with Grant, it just wasn't the same. And it's just, or when Orsillo does it with Sweeney, it's just like, oh God. Yeah, everyone says the Mets guys are good. I've heard them. I mean, Darling, I've always thought Ron Darling's pretty good. I think Keith Hernandez or whatever. I don't know who their play-by-play guy is, but I don't know his name, but I could hear the voice and be like, that's the Mets guy. Yeah, he's fine. I mean, they're good, but they're not. The Orsillo, he'd probably be sitting down. I just like our guys a lot. Like it's, remember when we had Dick Enberg and fucking Gary Thorne? Yeah, he's good. Gary Cohen. It's not Gary Thorne. Gary Thorne's Baltimore, right? He's a fucking hockey guy. Um, but all right, Phyllis. Did Gary Thorne pass away? My bad. I just think Orsillo's, and that's why he does national games. He's as good as they get. All right, fellas. Till the next time. I could possibly do one on Sunday. I got a baptism, so I'll probably be drinking. And if they win on Sunday, maybe I'll do one Sunday night. All right, fellas. To the next time. Thanks for coming on. Hit the like button. Always subscribe. Thanks, fellas.